Hi everyone, here we are going to see about the Unit 4 continuation. So in this presentation we are going to see about the uncertainties in design and what are the testings are available for the safety precautions and what are safety and risk analysis. Then what are the analytical methods are going to do in risk analysis. Let me see one by one. So uncertainties in a designer. So in risk there is a product which should be arises due to so many uncertainties which is faced by all kinds of engineers such as design engineers, manufacture engineers, sales engineers, application engineer, etc. So all should know the knowledges that should be required to assess the risk of the product. So we have to minimize the risk that should be involved in the product of the engineer, which is investigated by the following criteria. So what are they means? The first is the purpose of designing. Then the purpose of designing the product has lot of uncertainties. That is, it should be designed by themselves. Application of the product. Next is the uncertainties that may be also based on the type of loading on designs and the uses of the designer. So in history there is a best example to prove that when Napoleon's army crossed a wooden bridge by marching in steps, the bridge had collapsed. So the design of the bridge could not bear the heavy loads. So materials and skills are used for producing the products. So they are also uncertainties and they have regarding the materials and level of skills which should be used in the design and producing the products. For example, changing the economic conditions, types of materials and also the unfamiliar environmental conditions. They also can affect the designs. Next, testing for safety. Once the product is designed means both the prototype and the finished product, all things will be checked and tested. So this testing should be determined whether the product meets of the specifications or not. Next, the importance of the proper testing can be explained by disaster of Russian submarine that is named Kursk. It sank in August 2000 and everyone in the ship was killed. So the sinking has been caused by the explosion in the torpedo room. So it can be made a large hole in the body of the submarine. So many of the crew members have survived in the explosion, but they have died because they were unable to escape from the submarine. So likewise, the Russian naval engineers told that Kursk was equipped with a rescue capsule that was designed to allow the crew members to float safely to the surface in the emergencies. So it is due to some reasons the safety system was never tested. So due to that only the engineering designs and all the safety systems should be tested properly to ensure that works. Safety and risk analysis. So recent occurrences of large-scale accidents in which many lives were lost that can having the great damage because it was caused due to the environment and needs the more attention. So it should pay to safety within the industrial plants or installations. So most of the results of this attentions are risk analysis techniques that can have become to play an ever increasing roles. So risk reductions can take place at different levels. That is by implementing the inherent safety provisions during the designing stage, applying these safety measures, preventing or limiting the damages, and then providing the safety zones around industrial plants by the emergency planning. So each of these applications will be demands on the specific approaches for risk analysis. Next is risk analysis. So risk analysis is used for the assessment of hazards which is associated with an industrial or a commercial activity. So here we have three questions have been summarized. What are they means? What can go wrong when hazard identification is occurs? and also what are the effects and consequences are occurred. This means that is the consequence analysis, and how often it will happens means that will be denotes the probability estimations of the risk analysis. Next is the analytical methods. So by using these several analytical methods, we can adopt the testing for safety product or projects. So first is the scenario analysis. So that is first we can think that it is most common method for analysis, and starting from the event there will be a different consequences are studied. So this will be more quality method. So that's why we have a first is going for the scenario analysis. Second thing will be the failure mode and effect analysis. So in this method there will be a various parts and components of system that they will be having their modes of failures in the studies. So that is found out by the analytical methods, and it will be provides the safety precautions for both of the product as well as the projects. Safe exit. So in the study of the safety, the safe exit principles are recommended. So these conditions are referred to as safe exit. So there will be three types. One is the product when it fails, that should fail safely. Second things will be the product that when it fails, it can be abandoned safely. So it does not harm others to explosion or for radiations. And the third thing will be the users can safely escape the products. For example, the ships will need the sufficient number of lifeboats for all the passengers and crews. So then only they will multi-storage the buildings, and we will need the usable fire escapes. So these are the present safe exits that should be occurred in all the safety precautions methods and all the organizations that makes the persons to be very safe in their conditions. Risk benefit analysis. So the risk benefit analysis is a method that will help the engineers to analyze their risk in a projects. So it will determine whether the project is implemented or not. So it is very much closer to the cost benefit analysis. So risk benefit analysis will be conducted for finding out the answers for following questions. That is the product worth applying the risk benefit analysis or not? What are the benefits are available in the risk benefit analysis? Do they overweight the risk or not? So the major reasons for the analysis of risk benefits are to know the risk and the benefits and weigh them each, and also to decide on designs, advisability of product and project. Then we also suggest and modify the design so that the risks are eliminated or reduced. Next is designing for the risk safety. So there are 6 steps. First step will be define the problem. We have to define the problem. After defining the problem, we have to generate the multiple alternate design solutions. Then we have to alternate the design solution. After alternating the design solution, we have to provide the particular design solutions, arrange the design solutions. Then we have to finalize it. After getting that test we have to, fourth step is we have to test the solutions. Complete the test, we have to select the best solution, which solution will be best for the safety precautions. After that we have to implement the chosen solution for designing the safety precautions. So these are the steps have been available for the designing the safety practices. Next is the natural hazards and disasters. So what are the natural hazards and disasters? So here the natural hazards are such as floods, earthquakes, droughts, volcanoes, etc. So it should be created in the more damages to the lifelongness of human populations. So this disasters will be here providing the disruptive event, and it will coincide with the state of insufficient institutions. So most of the recent engineering and technologies have been greatly reduced some of the ill effects of natural hazards and disasters. For example, the engineering world will aware of ethical and professional issues that is regarding the risk. So we have to analyze it and recover the natural hazards and disasters. Next is the types of accidents. So what are the types of accidents that occur? There are three important different types of accidents that are procedural, engineered and systematic. So first thing we are going to see about the procedural accidents. So it is one of the type of accident that is the result of someone making the bad choice or not following established standard procedures. So that is known as the procedural accident. For example, we can say that road accidents, we never follows the roadside procedures. So that will lead to the accident. Second thing will be the engineered accidents. So it is caused by the errors in designing process. So for example, if the because of the minor design error, the device may perform the expected or a device may not perform well. So in all the circumstances, for example, minor casting defects in the aircraft turbine. So these are the examples of engineered accident. Next will be the systematic accidents. So it is difficult to understand and difficult to control. That is, they are characterized by the very complex technologies and complex organizations that has required to operate them. So this will be leads to the failure of US space shuttle. So we cannot design so much of complexes are occur, but we have to operate it and resolve the accidents. Next is the relationship between safety, risk, cost and price. So we are going to see about the relationship between the risk and the safety. So in cost, price, everything we are going to see. If the safety is high and the risk is high, means the high safety and high risk will be provides the high cost and high price. For examples, we can say that nuclear plant, aircraft, missiles, etc. If high risk is available and low safety is available, means we can have a low cost, high price is occur. For example, we can say automobiles. There will be a high risk, but the safety will be low only. But high price is very, very high. So likewise, if there is a high safety and low risk, means the cost is also high and medium is price will be medium. For example, electrical products, safety valves, etc. If the safety is low and risk is also low, means the cost is also low and price is also low. For example, we can say the electronic goods and computers. Thank you.